Hi guys, my name is Richard. So last week we put out the second iteration of our AI examiner tool and we had about 70 people sign up and that's pretty amazing. Thank you so much guys. For those who don't already know, the AI examiner tool is a web application that allows you to do better at exams by taking your study documents and generating unique questions for you using AI. Right. So we've taken a lot of feedback from our last release and we have made a lot of changes, right? So just coming to the landing page, you can see that we've made some improvements to the user experience, right? So let's just go ahead and sign into the application. So right now, you can choose to create an account if you don't already have one, but if you want to skip all that process, you could just use the Google authentication and not have to fill any form. Just use your Google account and sign in, and I'm just going to use that option as well. And voila, we should be signed in. Awesome. Right. So when you sign into the app, you land on the dashboard, right? And you're met with a form which basically prompts you to take action, right? So you have the document title, the space to upload the actual document and the number of questions that you want to go ahead and generate, right? So think of this like your study material. Let's say I just, finished reading a slide teaching me anatomy and I want to test my understanding and know and say, oh, did I really understand what I just read? So I'm just going ahead and say anatomy, right? I'm going to go get the file, the slides, my lecture slide, right, or whatnot, which I use to study, and I'll just say, you know what, I just want 5 questions, right? And I'll click generate questions. Now again, this typically takes 30 seconds to a minute, but it is largely dependent on the number of questions that you want to generate as well as the size of the document that you're uploading, right? So currently we have a cap. So there's a cap for the document size that you can upload, and that's about 15 megabytes, right? In the future, we're going to improve on this, and you'll be allowed to upload larger documents. But as you can see, the questions have been generated by the AI, and that was pretty fast and seamless. So we just have 5 questions here, and for demo purposes, I'm just gonna go ahead and randomly pick answers. Right? I'm not even reading the questions, just so I could demo this, and I'll say submit. And you can see I just scored 20%. Says try again, so I can review my answers, right? So I can see the ones I got wrong, right, and I can see the correct answer, and I can also see why that is the correct answer, which is very important because again, this app uses AI to help you do better at school or do better at studying, right? So this tells me what I got wrong, tells me the correct answers, gives me an explanation, tells me also the ones I got correctly, and also gives me an explanation. So this is a set of questions that I just generated. So I can just click done, right? And it brings me to the document that I just generated. So this is basically within that document, the anatomy document, and this is one set of questions, right? So I can go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I want to generate another set of unique questions, right? And I'll just click generate questions and I can select the number of questions. So it's smart enough to know, hey, I want to generate questions of the same anatomy document. So you don't have to go re-upload the document again, right? Um, and also you can see your most recent grade, based off what you answered. And as you saw, my most recent grade is 20%. So basically I know that now, I probably need to go study more anatomy, right? And if I go back, I'll come to the screen where I'll see all my documents, right? And here each document basically just has a title, the date it was created, and this represents the average, right? So basically, this is a data driven application that allows you to know, okay, where are my strengths, where are my weaknesses? So I can say, hey, you know what, I've been reading a lot about Node, right? And, I've been doing pretty well. So this is green and it's showing that, my average there is 83.5%. So within that document, I have about 2 sets of questions, one which I scored 100% in, and the other one which I scored 67% in. So this is 15 questions, this is 5 questions, right? I can click retry if I want to re-answer it again, right? I can just do that, or I could just go back in this case. So basically, it uses data, tells you, where your strength lies and where your weaknesses lie. So this basically now says, hey, I probably should go ahead to study more, anatomy. And I can also search by, the document title. So I can say, hey, I'm looking for a document that I uploaded called Node, and pretty quickly it filters and just brings that out for you, right? And for the documents where I haven't answered any of the questions in, it just says unanswered. So you can see this is unattempted, and I can try to start, and this is 25 questions, right? This is 25 questions, which is currently the max number of questions that we allow you to generate. And here on the sidebar as well, you basically see your 5 most recently created documents. And when you go back to the dashboard, you can just go ahead and re-upload a new document with which you want to generate new questions for. Again, if you've already generated questions for a document, so for example, anatomy, right? I don't need to go and re-upload this document, right? I can just click generate questions, and it's smart enough again to know that, hey, I want questions on this document that I uploaded previously. And that's about it, guys. Thank you so much. I would love more feedback, and I would love if you recommended this to your friends, to your family, and just to people who would find this helpful. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Richard.